Hello everyone. Today I want to do a video on my new Note 8, which is displayed right here. The Note 8 is the new flagship phone from Samsung and currently holds the best features the phone has to offer. In my opinion, this new phone looks very sleek. I especially like the chrome accents, which are visible across the phone. It is pretty big, especially even for someone with kind of big hands. And today I'll be going into the display quality, the quality of the OLED panel which the phone has, um, the camera obviously, and how quick it is. But first of all, I'd like to talk about the learning curve which most people will have to go through when you're having this phone. I came from an S7, which is a phone which still had the physical buttons in the bottom. And with this new phone, the physical buttons are gone. Especially, well, only on the front, obviously. On the sides, there are still some physical buttons. It does take some learning, obviously, when you're opening sites. Instead of just pressing a button below, you're now having this display button. It does have static feedback, so you do have the feeling that you're pushing it. However, I do believe that the static feedback on the iPhone X is more responsive than on the Samsung so far. I've also seen the iPhone X, but I haven't had it in my possession. So there will be some learning to do when buying this new phone. I still have to get kind of used to it. Um, I used to be very easy at just pressing the button or just operating the phone with one hand, but also considering the size, it's become pretty difficult to do. So however, I do believe that if you're using the phone a couple of days, you will start learning it and start learning the basics of how the phone works. The phone is very responsive, very quick, and so far I'm really enjoying it. The OLED display is probably a big plus on this phone. The screen looks very crisp. The colors do look a little bit saturated, but that's too. What could you expect from a phone? It just has to be pretty bright. It also has HDR, which is a pretty fun thing. It actually can display HDR videos on YouTube. For example, this video from Jacob and Katie Schwartz features HDR and looks very crisp on this phone. Like I said in the previous video, my TV does have better quality in my opinion than this display, which is OLED C7 in front of me. However, this phone does look very, very nice. The display, especially for a phone, looks just amazing, and I'm sure to believe that this display can probably beat a lot of TVs in living rooms right now. You have to imagine I compare this phone against probably one of the best TVs of 2017, so that probably tells you something. So I'm really enjoying this display. It's actually better than my S7, which also has a Super AMOLED display, but doesn't have just the same crispness as this display has. Not saying that the S7 is bad by any means, but this display is just even a tad better than the old one. Plus, it displays HDR, which is a major plus for me. Aside from that, the camera is noticeably better than the S7, which I'm filming this video with right now. I hope to be switching to this phone soon when I sold the old S7. The camera is noticeably better than the old one, and I'm actually very, very happy with it. The quality just seems to be a tad sharper, and it just seems to perform a lot better in low light environments. Unfortunately, I don't really have one, but I can close the curtains to give you some idea of how it performs under less lightning conditions. So let's just check that out. So right now you're actually seeing how the living room looks through the camera in very low lighting conditions. If you compare this how the room looks to the Note 8, you start noticing that the Note 8 actually has, let me just focus on the image, actually displays much more detail in low light environments. And note that this is without any lighting coming from the phone. So the phone actually captures a lot more detail than the S7, as you can see. And it will probably be a major improvement for me when filming videos. So to me the camera is a really big improvement. So that's one of the biggest pluses I encountered when using this phone. So yeah, this phone is a real improvement over the previous generation of phones. I do find the improvements rather minor when compared to the past couple of generations of Samsung smartphones, but I do think the minor improvements and the major improvement in terms of camera performance do make this phone worth considering buying. Probably last of all, we do have the S Pen, which I'm just not a very big fan of. I'm more the type of person who likes to handle their phone with one hand, which does get considerably more difficult with the Note 8, obviously. But yeah, it's a fun gimmick, but yeah, you're not going to use it that much, I believe. That's just my opinion. On another note, this is probably one of the major quirks of an OLED display is the fact that every pixel can turn on and off just means that the contrast level on these phones and also on an OLED TV like I have is just superb. As you can see here, it looks like a black piece of paper or something, and you're just scribbling on it with a white pencil, and you can and can clearly see how good the contrast is on this phone. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with the phone. Just to go a little bit over all the things. The screen is better than the old generation of Samsung phones. The fingerprint scanner is, it's kind of inconveniently placed. But what I do really like about it is when you turn it off, with the old phones you actually had to tap the button and then put your finger on it. On the S7 this was the case. Right now you can simply put your finger on it and the display turns on, which is again a step less. Display is, it's great. It's an OLED display and it is capable of HDR, producing HDR and actually showing HDR. The camera is a big improvement, in my opinion, the biggest improvement with this phone. It displays darker lighted scenes much more better than the S7, which I just showed you. It's snap fast. It's very snappy. It's very instant. It just works so quick, but also it's a new phone, so yeah, what can you expect? Most owners of these phones will experience a learning curve with the new buttons at the bottom. However, the main button does have static feedback. However, I do believe that the iPhone X has, better static feedback in their. The iPhone 8 actually has better static feedback in the button, but that could be just me. Otherwise it's just an excellent phone. It's very nice looking. I myself have a flip over case which I use with this phone, which is a definite recommender, as most of the people who have these types of phones actually drop them once or two times. So using a leather case, a book cover, I'll probably keep the keep the scratches and the cracks at the minimum. On another small note, the Note 8 actually comes with better headphones or earpods than the old phones. My S7 had just ordinary brand earbuds from Samsung itself. And just let me tell you one thing, these new earbuds from the Note 8 sound a lot better than the standard stock earbuds from Samsung. So I'm very happy they actually included some quality earbuds with it. AKG is a brand from Harman Kardon, and Harman Kardon was bought by Samsung. So they simply included one of their subsidiaries earbuds in the box. So I'm very happy with that. It's a very nice looking set of earbuds. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And stay tuned for my next videos. Thank you for watching and goodbye.